Yes, sir. Freeze. You inevitably leave it open.
I was comfortable.
All right, so we're gonna get started with, I'm gonna mute everybody. Hi, 3 people on 1 camera and Grace, this is cool. All right, so we're gonna start socks off. And then I'm gonna show you, okay, so we're gonna start with, move this sucker right to here. All right, so right foot. Let's think about, if you need to, you can place your hand or on your toes like this, but let's see if we can just lift that big toe up off of the ground on its own, just like that. Good, up as high as you can, and then slowly bring it down. Good, and let's go ahead and bring it up as high as we can and slowly bring it down. And for you, Grace, specifically, right, if they're all kind of like moving around and stuff, like if you just hold this here, you can very gently begin the process of slowly working your way so that you can actually lift this thing. So let's just go back and forth, keep lifting just that big toe, get to about 10 reps. And you want to see how high you can go every single time. I mean, I really want you to see if you can like squeeze it up there as high as possible and then bring it back down. Fun fact, right? You have to have a certain amount of what's called big toe extension. So it's got to be able to come up this way, about 60 degrees, for you to be actually any runner of any kind. For you guys in the living room, right? You guys are all sprinters, rugby players. So you got to be able to like push off of this big toe when you're sprinting or putting weight on it this way, right? And so this position here, this is big toe extension, just like how this is. And so if you don't even have a prayer of doing this, or if you can't even like bring this toe up this way, it's going to be shifting and changing your running mechanics as you try to push off of this thing. So as we finish up those 10 reps this way, let's switch to the little toes. Okay, so this time, if you need to, you can place your your hand on your big toe and then see if you can just lift all your little toes up together, just like this, and then slowly bring them down. And let's get 10 repetitions, just like that. Good. Something 8, maybe. Good. 9 and 10. Excellent. Let's go ahead and bring all the toes up now. So bring them all up. And now keep them all up as we bring just that big one down. Good. Just bring that big one down and keep those little ones up as high as you can. Don't let them curl down with it. So you almost have to like split the signal in your mind's eye as you're thinking about this. So you got to go slowly. And you really got to like think about which muscles it takes to do this. One thing too is don't let your whole foot roll over just to get that big toe down. Keep everything else still and just see if you can move just that toe. Good. And then let's keep the big toe up, and then let's just bring the little toes down now. Good. Toe yoga. It's the new craze. Awesome. Switch feet. Switch feet. So first things first, big toe. If you need to, you can hold your little toes and just lift that big toe up 10 times. If you really want to mind fuck, lift your foot off of the ground and then try to lift your big toe. Good, nice, not bad, not bad. Good, get those 10 lift offs with just the big toe in. And then let's switch to the little toes. If you need to, you can put your finger on the big toe. And same thing with these liftoffs. Try not to have the liftoff happen because your whole foot is rolling over one way, right? Even if the liftoff is barely anything, you literally try to use the muscles in the top of your foot where all those tendons are to do the work. Don't let the shifting of your foot dictate where this thing is going, okay? As we finish up those 10, go ahead and lift all of them up now. And then let's just bring the big one down. I don't show off my left foot as well because it's the bastard child that doesn't know how to do all these moves. Good. And then once we finish up the big toe one, let's keep the big toe up and bring all those little guys down. Good. Okay, before we upgrade and move on, one last note on arch strengthening, okay? So if you see my foot here, my arch is super flat. There's almost no space underneath here. But without curling my toes, what I can do is I can shorten my foot, at least the middle of it, almost like squeezing the area between where the ball of my foot is and where before my heel starts. And then I can relax it. So squeezing and relaxing, squeezing and relaxing. If you look at my hand here, you almost want to think about like suction cupping the ground with your foot without curling your toes. Okay, boom. So you can just look up at the screen for my rapid fire reps. Boom, 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 boom. Back and forth, back and forth. And this is how you develop a really strong arch, right? Your arch is just three sets of different muscles. There's 3 different types of arches in your foot. And you can strengthen them so that your foot doesn't completely collapse. Good. Switch to the other side. And then once again, a really difficult variation of this is if you try to hold your foot up in the air and then do a short foot. It's very difficult. Good. Let's move on from there. Let's move to ankles. Okay. So while we're down here, might as well. Ankles. So hold your leg up and I want it floating this way. And what we're going to be thinking about is, I guess I can bring myself back. Okay. What we want to think about is not moving through our whole shin. Okay. So I want you to actually like hold your shin this way and really hold it nice and tight. And we're starting with this right side. And what I want you to do is paint the biggest circle that you can with your ankle going at 1 mile an hour. Good. So you fellas in the living room, 2 of you are speeding. 1 is going the correct speed. It's probably the one that's gone through 70 Kinstridge classes with me before. Good. So we're going right now clockwise with our right ankle. It's the easier way to go. And we're all going 1 mile an hour. Now, what I want you to think about is the arc of the circle. And there's going to be parts of the arc of the circle. For example, like around 7, 8, 9 o'clock, it's pretty hard and difficult. But like around like 12 to 3 o'clock, it's like super easy. And then 3 to 6, it kind of just falls and it's easy. I want you to maintain a nice slow circle throughout that entire arc. And you're trying to make the biggest circle that you can the entire time. Don't rush through those tight spots because those are the spots where your ankle is the tightest and needs the most movement love. Go all the way in and around. Freeze, rewind, switch directions. So let's go counterclockwise. Now you'll notice that the different parts of the clock, right, of that arc are difficult. And so now that part of going from like 6, 5, 4, 3 p.m. is like the hardest part of it for me. All the way up and around. Feel the burn. It's a good one. Keep going. BURN. Good. Switch sides. Left side. Left side. Same thing. Let's start the easy way. So this left side, it's counterclockwise first. And you'll feel when you go slowly that the motion's like choppy. It's jagged. It's not smooth. It's ugly. And that's because I'm asking you to move your ankle super slowly, and it exposes how good of a mover you are just through that ankle. And so obviously, right, the better your individual joints in your body work, the better they can all play together when you do stuff. Good. Keep going nice and slow. 1 mile per hour. And freeze. Let's go ahead and reverse directions. Awesome, man. Relax. All right, let's get to some of the more fun and harder stuff. Let me pull this back. We're gonna skip knee cars because all right, so let's all have a seat in bear position, just like this. Good. So now ideally, and you guys sharing the yoga mat, make sure that you're nice and close. Good. All right, so ideally we're 90 degrees bent through the knee. And then we're opened out as wide as we can. Good. No hands. Okay, so hands off. Good. And use your core, whatever that is, to like hold yourself up nice and tall. Okay. So now a couple of you guys are utilizing blocks. That's really good. If you need to, you can sit on a block, and that's going to be able to like bring yourself up into a little bit taller position. Bring this up a little bit. All right, good. So knees are out as wide apart as possible. And let's just pivot through that left heel first and rotate that left knee in. And then rotate it back out. Good. And don't let the right side move. So keep the right side constantly trying to go out as far as it can, while the left side just going in and out. And go as far as you can. In and out and in and out. One more. And in and out. Very good. This time keep the left side open up as far as you can. Ready, right side. Rotate that right knee in and rotate it back out. Good. And slowly rotate it in and slowly back out and slowly in and out. And I think we have maybe one more. All the way in and all the way out. Excellent. Tall spine. Let's warm up our upper body. Bring those arms up behind our head and neck. So first things first, let's go ahead and bring those arms straight up as high as you can, right next to your ears. Good. From here, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Good. From here, keep your arms next to your ears. Just bend your elbows. Don't let your arms go out as you bend your elbows. Good. From here, hold and hover off of your body. So don't be pulling yourself down this way. Hold and hover off of your body. And let's come back and just extend those elbows up. Bring
Bring those arms down towards our hips. Shoulder blades stay squeezed. Good. Rotate those arms in. Bend those elbows. Good. Hold and hover behind our back for 6, 5, 4, 3, tall spine, 2, 1, and we're coming back. Extend those elbows out. Rotate those arms open. Bring them all the way up to your ears. Bend those elbows. And relax. Good. Sorry, Scott, too late. Stop. Okay, no, we're switching over to, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna play around with a modified version of Cossacks. Okay, so Cossacks are these guys going side to side. We're gonna do a very modified version of Cossacks. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna plant our right knee down. So if we were facing this way, I'm gonna keep my left foot and leg facing that way, but I'm gonna rotate my torso this way. So this is like almost like an open kneeling position. So if I went from facing you guys, all I did was open up this left leg out. Good. So we're almost like we could be up against the wall this way. So left leg is out. Excellent. So now let's go ahead and lean our knee over those left toes. Good. So let me show you my body. All right, so we're leaning this way. Good. And really give it a good, deep lean so you feel a good stretch through this left side. Good. Arms up, all the way up next to your head, next to your ears. Good. Ready? Bend those elbows. Good. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. And ready, let's come back. Extend those elbows out. Arms come down. Rotate them in. Bend those elbows. And hold and hover. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we'll come back. Extend those elbows out. Rotate open. Bring those arms all the way up next to your ears. Bend those elbows. And relax. Good. Give yourself a big hug. Stay in the position. Relax means not what you think. Good. Ready? And let's rotate our torso, our mid-back. We're going to be rotating it to our left. Over that leg. Onto the other side of it. Good. Big breath in. Let it out. Squeeze a little bit more rotation. Hold. 6, 5, more. 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're coming back towards the middle. Go pull yourself back. Switch sides. Good. So we're in our open kneeling position. I'm going to reach that right knee up over those toes, extending open this adductor on this right side. Arms come up, all the way up next to our ears. Good, ready, bend those elbows. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. And let's do it. Extend those elbows out. Arms come down. Rotate in. Bend those elbows. Hold and hover. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're coming back. Extend those elbows out. Rotate open. Arms come up. Bend those elbows. And relax. Stay in that position. Big old hug. And let's rotate to our right as far as we can. Good. Ready? Big breath in. Let it out. Squeeze a little bit more rotation and we're holding. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Come back towards the middle. Slowly pull out. Woo! That feels good. All right, let's go into our quadruped position. Warm up our spines. So hands are underneath our shoulders, knees are underneath our hips. And we're just gonna round everything up towards the sky. Chin goes all the way to our chest. Tail gets tucked underneath us all the way. And then we slowly peel open that motion. So start to arch your lower back. Untuck your tail. Bring your belly button down towards the mat. Slowly bring your sternum, your breastbone down towards the mat. Extend your head, look up as high as you can. Stay here. Stay fully extended, fully arched, full cow pose. Hold. Big breath in. Let it all the way out. Squeeze a little bit extra extension. Arch even more. Look up even higher. Bring your chest down to the floor, even lower. Big breath in. Let it all the way out and squeeze even more extension. Hold. 6, 5, look up higher. 4, 3, higher. Higher, guy in the blue shirt. 2, 1, and we're coming back. Chin goes down towards your chest. Round out the upper part of our back. Round out our middle back, our lower back. Tuck our tail fully underneath us. Reach for the sky with our spine. And one more time. Ready, starting at the bottom. Slowly untuck your tailbone. Arch. Let that belly button drop towards the mat. Slowly cascade your way up your spine until we're looking up as high as we can, arched as far as we can. Good, and relax. Let's go ahead and lean back onto our heels. So we're going to lean back into a child's pose, straight back into our heels. If you can't get all the way back there, put something behind your butt, underneath your feet, behind your knees, anywhere to take some pressure off if you need to. And go ahead and slowly bring your forehead all the way down to the mat. If it doesn't reach, you can place your yoga block in front and place your head onto your yoga block. Good, all the way down. And now that our head is touching the mat, I want you to creep your fingers up and away from your body, really stretching those arms out. Really stretch those arms out, and then drive your armpits down towards the mat. I want you to actively drive your armpits down towards the mat. And then creep those hands up even a little higher. Good, so there should be a really good intense stretch happening through that armpit area, through the lat. And what I want you to do is left side first. We're gonna start to just push the palm of our arm or palm of our hand down into the ground. Push that whole palm of your left hand downwards into the ground, almost like there's a scale underneath that hand and we're pushing down on that scale. And it's the number, the weight is going up, and it's at 50, it's at 60, it's at 70, it's at 80, and now we're at 90 and almost 100% of our max effort hold. I want you to push down into that mat as hard as you can, downward with your left arm, and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, push harder, 6, you're gonna feel it through that whole shoulder blade area, 5, 4, 3, at the end of this countdown, 2, we're gonna raise this whole arm up 2 millimeters, 3, 2, 1, and lift that left arm up 2 millimeters off of the ground, 2 millimeters up off of the ground, and we're holding for 12, 11, 10, 9, higher, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Good. Reach that arm up a little higher. Creep those fingers up a little higher.
Sink a little deeper into that left-sided stretch. And get ready, right side. Slowly start to press that palm down into the ground, picturing the scale underneath your hand. And as we're pushing down, that number is going up, 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 and where it's at 50, it's at 60, 70, 80, 90, and we're at 100. Max effort, hold as safely, as high as possible, holding for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, drive harder, 4, we know what's coming now, 3, 2, 1, and lift off. Lift that whole arm. Feel the top of your shoulder. That's where the strength is coming from. Use those muscles to lift that arm 2 millimeters, and we're holding 8, 7, keep the elbow straight, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Reach those fingers even higher. Feel a little bit of a deeper stretch. And just breathe. Good. Let's slowly bring ourselves forward and up onto our elbows into almost like a sphinx. Good. And from here, we are not letting our shoulders come up into our ears, right? We're driving those elbows into the ground, pushing our shoulders away from the mat. Tall chest, tall spine. What I want you to do from here is squeeze your glutes. And let's work on our neck from this position. So nice and slowly, bring that chin down towards your chest. We're going to rotate to the left. Bring that left ear up and over that left shoulder. Extend, looking up and back. Rotate as far as you can to that right side. Bring that chin down. Rotate back towards the middle. And let's rewind. Rotate to the right. Side bend to the right. Extend, looking up and back. And rotate all the way over to that left side. Chin comes down. And we rotate back towards the middle. Very good. Lay on your back. Neck work continues. Your knees can be up like mine. Your legs can be straight out. Doesn't matter. Arms at your side. And from here, we're going to do 10 very easy chin to chests. Okay, so nice and slowly bring that chin all the way up towards your chest. 1, and bring it back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just the neck. 8, 9, and 10. Very good. This time we're going to do chin to shoulder, chin to shoulder. So what I want you to do is, first things first, hold and hover your head off of the ground. And then just rotate to your right, bring that chin to your shoulder. And then keep it floating, rotate to the left. Good. Rotate to the right. And left, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. Last one, ear to shoulder, ear to shoulder. So same thing. Ready, and lift that head off the ground first and hold and hover. And then let's bring our right ear down towards our right shoulder. And then bring our left ear down towards our left shoulder. Good, that's 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. And 6. And 7. 8. 9. And 10. Very good. And down. Woo! Man, that neck stuff is hard work, right? Okay, good. Come on up. Have a seat. As we finish up, so today's class nice and short, just cars from some different positions and some toe yoga, apparently. What we're going to do is really focus on our spine, but just from this position, okay? So we did our cat-cows already. And so not, a lot of my patients always tell me I don't have 5 minutes a day to work on my spine. So it's hard to get down on the ground if you're at work all day long. And so being able to do your cat-cows from a sitting position is a skill that's probably good to acquire, okay? So we're gonna focus on just our thoracic spine, but from a different position like this one. So if you are sitting on a block, jump off of that block for a second. And what it's going to do is it's going to immediately round your back this way. Okay. And let's sit into that. So I want you to do is not like round yourself forward. I don't want you to bring your chin down. I want you to think about just your thoracic spine, where your shoulder blades are down to the end of your rib cage. And all I want you to do is round that spine out as far back as you can. And then do the exact opposite, extend. So as we extend, we're thinking about reaching our chest forward as far as we can. And flex it straight back. And extend it. And flex it straight back. And extend it. And flex and extend. Now hold an extension. You can give yourself a hug if you want, but hold it in an extension. And let's just hold an extension and rotate to your right as far as you can. You see how it doesn't go a lot at all. And hold an extension and rotate to your left as far as you can. You can see it doesn't go far at all. And now let's go ahead and flex. And now rotate to the right. Oh, man, that's so much easier. And rotate to the left. So much easier. The reason is when you bend your spine this way, the joints open up. And so in your spine, no matter what the motion is, whether it's rotation or side bending, there's gotta be a little bit of this forward flex first. So actually, I know therapists and PTs and chiros always dog on people spending so much time in flexion this way at a computer all day long, but that's like sustained flexion. That's not good. I agree with that. But being able to move your spine into a deep amount of flexion is actually very functional. Your spine, if you think about it, like you're born like this, and then as you develop in the embryo, as an embryo in the womb, you start to develop the rest of your spine. So you develop that lumbar lordosis and that neck curve as well. After you've developed this huge kyphosis, this forward rounding this way, okay? So being able to know how to move your spine into this position and out of this position, both through your mid-back and through your low back. If you've ever had low back problems, right, that's where everybody gets hurt, is they don't know how to distribute the load evenly across their back, and then they boom, bugger up their spine. So you can practice your cat-cows, even if you're like sitting at your desk, by just placing your hands on your knees or on the chair. And then you can use your hands to help guide you into extension and into flexion, into extension, into flexion, back and forth. And so you can kind of do this anywhere where you're sitting, as opposed to having to get down on the ground and practice your pure cat-cows. Okie doke. Great work today, guys. I know it's short and sweet, and it wasn't that intense, but Tuesday's class was
much more intense. So if you're looking for some intensity, jump on that one.
Thanks, Samir.
Thanks,
Samir.
You.